folks. Barry Edwards here, over 50, starting over, and a short segment today, just a monologue. Wanted to mention that I think we're in critical times right now. This is about the divide that we're having here in this country. And it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, Republican, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, Antifa, BLM. Everybody thinks that they have the right answer and that they have the only answer. The problem with that is everybody's wrong. Everybody's wrong about something. If you're on a team, you think your team's not wrong. And the great thing about this country is that we are a melting pot of all of these different cultures, all these different nationalities. And when we're at our greatest in years gone by, it's because we harnessed that. We took pride in that. We've always struggled with a bit of prejudice here and there, racism, and we've been the country leading the way out of it, always have been. Now we use these accusations to try to control each other, to manipulate each other with humiliation. That's the latest trend going on right now. And I know that the more divide that we have, the weaker that we get, the stronger that China gets, the hold that the military-industrial complex has on us, and Big Pharma, tech, health, food, the oligarchic process, big tech companies that have a hold on us that are draining our pocketbooks. We are roughly going into $1 trillion in national debt every 100 days. That's about $7 million per minute. And over a 15-minute span, in the span of this podcast, we'll go approximately $104 million more in debt. So who's the real winner here? What this creates is inflation that we cannot keep up with. So the poverty-stricken in this country are doing worse and worse. And the lower middle class is sliding into poverty, and while the middle class slides into lower middle class, and the cycle continues. All this time, we are getting more and more divided over the polarizing figure known as Donald Trump. Just when I say that, the 25% that are on the Trump team, their nervous system spike just as much as the anti-Trump people on the left. But the truth of the matter is, the more that we get distracted by this kind of phenomena, the deeper in debt that we go, the shorter our dollar stretches, the more our goods cost. As we get hungrier and hungrier, truly for food, truly to put food on the table when we can't afford housing or an automobile anymore, we are going at each other internally in this country as China laughs. We possibly have World War III looming on the horizon as Netanyahu tells us how many times since 1992 that Iran is just years away, almost ready to have a nuclear weapon. I know with a lot of people in this country that stings, that rings of weapons of mass destruction and another endless war. I don't know where we go here. If we go into World War III, I don't know if Trump pulls a rabbit out of his butt here once again. Sometimes he does and gets us out of this, and he's a hero for it. I hope so. I hope he gets the Nobel Peace Prize. Or is this going to be another Kamala Harris debate disaster? Because it sure looks like that's the playbook that Netanyahu is playing by there. Tweaking Trump's ego, playing with it, toying with it, and leading him where he wants to go. I don't know. I know I don't have control over it. But I know that in the meantime, we need to talk about what's going on with this debt, how things are going to go, how we get out of it. Can crypto save us? What do we do as a society? Here's number one. Here's my real point. all the different factions that are at odds with each other right now. And I know, like intersectionality on the left, we have it on the right. When you combine the Christian right with the Trump MAGA crowd, you got two teams in one, and it gets harder to talk to them. And the point is that we need to talk to each other. We need to respect each other. No one's right all the time. Every religious group in this country thinks that they have the truth and nobody else does. And so if you accept their truth, everything else will fall into place for you from there. And giving up free will is not something I'm ever going to be willing to do. To give up critical thinking, I would rather die for sure. I find it to be arrogant and with a lack it lacks humility. If you're if you're of a group and you insist to some other human being that they should give up their free will, their critical thinking to you and accept what you have to say, I would suggest you probably are a very anxious person, that you do have a lot of anxiety going on and a lot of negative feelings because there's not truth in that. It's not natural. It's putting yourself above other human beings. And who are we? Who is any one of us to do that? I would suggest that we treat everyone with respect and know that everyone in this country, even if you don't agree with them, they're right about some things that you will figure out years from now. And you're right about some things. And we're all wrong about some things. Time will tell on that, but we need the humility and we need the forgiveness for each other to figure it out together. Because the greatest thing about this country is that we have the disparity of viewpoints that we actually have here. We have a wealth that no one else in the world has, a wealth of cultures and intelligence and the freedom to exercise these different unique qualities. Capitalism, the greatest thing about capitalism is that it incentivizes us to unleash that greatness, whatever unique greatness that we have. And if it is of benefit to our society, you will be rewarded for it. Don't forget that. That's the beauty of a melting pot, is that we have differences. And the other beautiful thing about a melting pot is that we can look outside ourselves and see something fresh and new in a world where so few things are fresh and new anymore. I want to remind you that we are $37 trillion in debt and going another $1 trillion in debt every 100 days. While we are at odds with each other over if Trump is right or wrong, China is laughing while we are telling and screaming at each other, tearing at each other's psyche and the belief system as we fall into a panic. And we are in a panic. We are filled with anxiety, fear about what our future holds, rightfully so. Our way out of that is going to be to unite. United we stand, divided we fall. Not just saying that. It is incumbent upon China to keep us divided. Don't tell me your group is going to unite the United States, the melting pot of the world. The United States is the United States. It is the melting pot. Accept everybody, forgive what you find their shortcomings to be. I used to think after 9/11 that Muslims were terrible people. But when I go to the local stores and I got to know the local Muslims, who were the kindest, most gentle people, my mind opened up to the fact, oh, it's radical Muslims that are harmful people. There are actually really good Muslims. That is, the same could be said with some of our most powerful factions in this country. My point to this is, once again, simply accept your brothers. Forgive them, pray for them. Don't push them away. We're divided enough. The right is doing the same thing that the left has been doing, casting out its members, separating and dividing itself. As America becomes more and more divided, I'm seeing less and less of a difference on the right. The left and the right are looking like brethren to me in their divisiveness. I think it's time that we flip the script on that.
Hey there, over 50 starting over friends. Mark Tennant back with you with your AI tip of the week. This week, part 3 of our 3-part series on Meet ChatGPT, your new personal assistant. To recap, in part 1, we talked about maybe you're going about your day focused on scheduling, organizing, and prepping for meetings. Part 2, we focused on writing support with wording help and some brainstorming. And this week in part 3, ChatGPT can be that research assistant you've always wanted, and it will work while you relax and even while you sleep. So many of us over 50 folks have found ourselves in decision-making roles. We're supervisors, we might have some direct reports. Why not think about letting ChatGPT work for you, your coworkers, and your direct reports? You can focus on some of these examples, use ChatGPT for research, comparison shopping, and you can make smarter decisions much faster in business and in life. ChatGPT can help you sift through the clutter. It could summarize options for you. It can explain complex topics to you, and its deep research feature is simply tremendous. So let's open up ChatGPT and type, or if you have the advanced voice mode, start talking. And how about this prompt? Act as my research assistant. I'm considering switching to Medicare Advantage. What are the 5 most important points to consider? I ran this through ChatGPT and it came up with some pretty good points. It talks about coverage and benefits, doctor and hospital access, out-of-pocket costs, travel and emergency coverage, and customer satisfaction, how reliable are they, and those types of topics. And what I also like, it also included some good things and some bad things with each point and things to consider. And then at the end, a nice bonus tip for you, all with that simple prompt. Let's try this one. Act as my research assistant. I'm considering switching from a Chevrolet SUV to a Subaru Outback. What are the 5 most important things to consider? So there's driving experience, ride and height and feel, all-wheel drive systems, interior space and layouts, and fuel efficiency, and just all kinds of great things. Engine options, reliability, and long-term costs, and as well as some bonus considerations as well. And know that you can go ahead and refine these prompts, make them your own, tweak them a little bit, add more steps, and maybe narrow down your focus a little bit more. So as we wrap up, let ChatGPT do that heavy lifting for you. Ask it to brainstorm. Ask it for an outline of whatever. Ask it to research for you. Have ChatGPT open and start your morning with some fresh ideas. When you open your laptop, your AI assistant will be ready for you and ready to work for you throughout the day. And it's just not magic at all. Simply talk to the AI. And if you're using the paid version, use the advanced voice mode to have conversations with ChatGPT. It's like talking to a person, and you'll get some great advice out of it. You can ask it anything. It will never get tired of the questions, and it will never get tired of clarifying answers and going deeper for you. So remember, you don't have to master this overnight. Work with it. As we always say, keep prompting, talk to the AI. Think of ChatGPT as a tool, not a test. And then keep showing up, keep refining those prompts, and keep talking to the AI. And I want to know what you come up with. Email me, mark@marktennant.net. And on the socials and LinkedIn, I am at Mark E. Tennant. So until next time, have a great week and take care.